Good afternoon. Before we proceed, I'd like to briefly turn the meeting over to 2 of 6 students receiving the President's Award tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the dais Andreas Chavez and Gabriel Baron.
Thank you, Ms. Woodruff, and good evening, everyone. My name is Andres Chavez, and I'm an 8th grader at Bel Air Middle School. It is my honor and my pleasure to call this meeting to order. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the Ysleta Independent School District's meeting of the Board of Trustees. Whether you're here to address the board or celebrate the accomplishments of those being honored here this evening, we appreciate that you have taken the time to join us. We invite you to share your comments with the board during the public comment portion of our meeting. The public comment sign-up cards show the rules for participating in the public comment portion of our meeting. We remind everyone that this is a board meeting, often attended by students, and ask that we all conduct ourselves in a manner that best represents the values and traditions of the Ysleta Independent School District. Please turn off or silence all cell phones, tablets, and other electronic devices, and thank you for your attendance. This meeting of the Board of Trustees is called to order at 6:02 p.m. We have a quorum with Carlos Bustillos, Richard Cudier, Sotero Ramirez, Cruz Ochoa, Catherine Lucetto, Mike Rosales, and myself, Connie Woodruff. It has become a tradition to honor our nation at each of our board meetings by presenting the colors, reciting the pledges of allegiance, and then posting the colors. The colors tonight are being presented by the Junior ROTC Color Guard from Bel Air High School. Go Big Red. The Color Guard commander is Cadet Myra De La Rosa, and the other card members are Cadet Ricardo Padilla, Cadet Ivan Garcia, Cadet Delilah Tovar. The pledge leader is Enrique Guevara. I'm sorry, I messed it up. This is an JRTC student at Bel Air High School. Will you please stand for the presentation of the colors, reciting of the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge of Allegiance, and a moment of silence. Please remain standing until the cadets have departed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, please join me in the pledge to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you.
Dr. Delatorre, do you have recognitions this evening?
President Woodruff, members of the board, we have 5 recognitions and introductions this evening. At this time, I'll turn it over to Patricia Ayala, our Chief Communications Officer.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent De La Torre. We have 5 recognitions for you this evening. At this time, we ask that you please come to the front of the dais. Audience members, please remain seated until tonight's recognition is complete. Our first recognition is in honor of 6 Bel Air Middle School 8th grade football players who have displayed extraordinary courage, compassion, and kindness since discovering one of their own was facing a critical battle with cancer. Last month, Gabriel Baron was diagnosed with brainstem glioma, or a brainstem tumor. But Gabriel has taken on his health struggles with astounding strength and courage, supported by 5 of his warrior teammates, Andres Chavez, Nicolas Chaveria, Haziel Argueta, Adam Gomez, and Caleb Porras. Gabriel's teammates collectively decided to keep his spot on the football team as he bravely fights cancer, and even made him an honorary captain. They created and reserved a shaded area on the bench for Gabriel so he can be with them during every home game. Coaches and teachers say that there is nothing these young men of character will not do for Gabriel. They believe as long as they work together, there is nothing that can defeat them, not even this devastating disease. They are shining examples of the importance of kindness, courage, and support in our schools, and we are proud to honor them with this month's President's Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our President's Award recipients. Andres Chavez, Nicolas Chaveria, Haziel Argueta, Adam Gomez, and Caleb Porras. Also, please help us welcome Gabriel Baron and his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Eddie Baron. The students are accompanied by Coach George Nunez and Principal Dana DeRoan. Everyone's welcome to come to the front to take photos if you would like. Let's hear it one more time for our Bel Air Warrior football players. Our second recognition is in honor of all students and employees who participated in our district-wide fundraiser, Jeans for Texans, which raised a record amount of money to help those devastated by floods and storms in Southeast Texas. As part of the fundraiser, we asked for donations of $5 per employee or $1 per student in exchange for wearing jeans to work and school on Thursday, August 31st. The response was overwhelming. As it stands now, Jeans for Texans appears to be our most successful fundraiser ever, bringing in a total of $31,244.57. Tonight, we are donating these proceeds to the American Red Cross in support of their efforts to provide shelter and supplies to Gulf Coast storm victims. At this time, the Executive Director of the American Red Cross, El Paso and Southern New Mexico chapter, Mr. David Chair, would like to say a few words.
Thank you. First, on behalf of the Red Cross, we want to thank everyone with the school district, all of you, the teachers, administrators, the students, parents, everyone who encouraged us and supported this effort. We're able to provide, last night alone, we had 5,000 people still in shelters because of Hurricane Harvey. We've had 369,000 shelter nights since this thing started, and over 3,000 Red Cross trained workers on the ground, including 18 from right here.
Let's hear it again for the Riverside Rangers. Our next recognition is part 2 of a double recognition for Riverside High School. Mr. Sergio Estrada, the teacher we just honored for leading the Inspires team to a national victory, also won a 2017 Yale Educator Award for supporting and inspiring students. Every year, freshman students entering Yale University are asked to nominate outstanding educators who have deeply impacted their lives. Mr. Estrada was nominated by Riverside High School class of 2017 valedictorian Ricardo Soto and was selected for the honor by the university's Office of Undergraduate Admissions. Mr. Estrada was only one of 58 teachers from 42 U.S. states and 24 countries who received this award for playing a unique and critical role in shaping students' lives and encouraging them to pursue their goals. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in another round of applause for our 2017 Yale Educator Award winner, Mr. Sergio Estrada. Mr. Estrada is accompanied by Riverside High School Principal Daniel Gudani. Let's hear it one more time for the Riverside Rangers. Our final recognition tonight is near and dear to my heart as it honors my exceptional team members in the Public Relations Department. This summer, the team won 7 awards for excellence and merit from the National School Public Relations Association, or NSPRA, as part of its 2017 School Communication Awards. Out of nearly 1,000 entries submitted in the national competition, the Public Relations Department won first place or Awards of Excellence in 3 categories: the 2016 Annual Report, the 2016 Finance Overview Trifold, and the district's electronic marketing campaign, which featured billboards of YISD student athletes. Also, the PR department won second place or Awards of Merit in 4 categories: the branding of the district, marketing materials for YISD's 2 early college high schools, the 2016 YISD convocation video, and the Young Women's Leadership Academy video. From the clean, concise, and visually appealing annual report to the outstanding electronic billboards, videos, and graphics, our PR team consistently performs at the highest level, and their collective passion for communications and public education plays a vital role in their award-winning work for Ysleta Independent School District. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our 2017 NSPRA Award winners. Public Relations Specialist, Tracy Garcia. Senior Communication Specialist, Chris Lechuga. Video Production Specialist, Eddie Romero. And Senior Multimedia Specialist, Hector Sainz. Okay, if you don't know how to line up, I'm going to take those awards away from you. Okay, I'm going to cheat. Can you hold it? I have to go in the picture. Okay, back to work, staff. Thank you very much. This completes our recognitions this evening.
I have a few things to say.
Right now?
Yeah, before we start.
Okay.
I think we did very well with raising our monies for Gene for Texans. I think that fundraiser shows how good our community, not only in El Paso, but around the state, everywhere, comes together to help each other out. And I think that our students and our teachers appreciated that opportunity to contribute to that, but not only also, I know my kids were thrilled to wear jeans. I think because of this, maybe we should expand it to do it on Fridays, every Friday, and let the students and the teachers participate in that. And, you know, maybe charge them $1 or $2 for the teachers, $1 for the kids. And that way, we can create a better culture in our schools and let them have some kind of goals and something they can look forward to on Fridays. And then we can use that money as the board or the schools might decide to use it. So I think we should continue that effort. And that way our teachers and everybody and the students, I know my kids would love it. So.
And we haven't had a chance to talk about it, but for the last 4 years, teachers have the option of making a contribution at the beginning of the year, and they do wear jeans every Friday those monies go to the Ysleta Education Foundation, and we're able to give scholarships at the end of the year in excess of $200,000 in the aggregate. So what you'll be able to participate in at the end of the year is we go out and we go to each of the schools, and it's a surprise to the students because they don't know that they're receiving the scholarship, and we give $10,000, $5,000, $2,500, and $1,000 scholarships to students who otherwise may not be able to attend colleges and universities. So we've been doing that now for about 4 years, and the Ysleta Education Foundation is grateful that we've identified this additional resource. In the past, they almost relied exclusively on a golf tournament, and the golf tournament raised between $50,000 and $60,000. They've been able to quadruple the number of scholarships that they give students because of Jeans on Friday, which is the program that we currently have in place.
And that's just teachers?
All teachers and all employees.
And the students don't get that opportunity?
The students can wear jeans 5 days a week.
Oh,
Except,
not in my school.
no,
Not-
the elementary.
In the high
and-
schools only.
Oh.
The elementary have
Yeah,
uniforms.
that's
elementary
what I was
and,
talking about.
middle school.
Well, I guess I get more information on that because I haven't seen anything like that in our financial reports or anything in our auditing.
And you won't because it's through the Education Foundation.
So that's a separate entity,
It is.
not
It's a
not affiliated with Ysleta?
It is in that the money is directed to only Ysleta students, but it's a 503C because a school district cannot collect monies for scholarships.
Oh. And how much I'm sorry, how much are we charging our teachers?
$50 a year.
Oh, okay. All right, I guess it's something that was new to me. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, we've been doing it now for almost 4 years.
I've only been in here 2 months, so that's why I'm asking questions.
No, I understand,
And I'm a person that asks questions.
that's a
'cause
fair question, absolutely. That's a fair
right.
question and a good idea.
Okay,
Actually, there is some good ideas in that we can look at too. And when it comes to our elementary kids, we might be able to do something.
We could look
yeah,
at
it's
that.
just in
Yeah.
conjunction with, our efforts to,
One of the things that we're
change
trying to do is we're trying to encourage the foundation to generate resources from people other than the school district that they're trying to help. So traditionally, a foundation wouldn't rely on employees and students to generate monies to help those same students. They'd really want to work with, we've talked about this, with businesses and companies around the community and collect money from them, because at the moment, it's almost exclusively our employees that are paying for those scholarships.
thank you.
Yeah, I think
Thank you for
Connie
your
and I are gonna meet with
comments.
them.
Secretary Rosales, do we have requests for citizen input?
I got you.
They got me covered. No, there isn't. It's 6:02 arrived. Thank you.
The order of the business shall be as set out in this posted agenda unless changed by consensus of the board. During the board workshop, consent item number 4 was pulled for a separate motion as trustee Rosales will recuse himself. Closed executive meeting item number 1 has been pulled off this agenda for a future meeting. Are there any other items that you would like to pull? After further review and consensus with our internal auditor, I would like to pull the closed executive meeting item number 4 for a future meeting. If there are no other items being pulled, may I have a motion on the changed order of the agenda?
So moved.
I move to approve the revised order of the agenda of the September 13, 2017 meeting.
I have a second by Connie Woodruff, and if everybody would like to vote, I'll vote or cast. That's approved 7-0. Under item number 1, Dr. Delatorre, do you have any reports?
Yes, President Woodruff, members of the board, staff, and guests, today the National Merit Scholarship Program announced that one of our students, Eastwood High School senior, Micaela Orancia Katowski, has been named a National Merit Scholar semifinalist. Micaela earned this prestigious academic honor after scoring among the top 16,000 students on the PSAT, taken by more than 1.6 million juniors last year. She is now eligible to apply for more than $32 million in college and corporate-funded scholarships that will be announced in the spring. We send our best wishes to Micaela as she begins the rigorous application process to become a National Merit Scholar, and we congratulate her and her family on her hard work, persistence, and dedication to excellence. On Friday, September 22nd, we will hold the dedication ceremony and ribbon cutting at Riverside High School for the new Solar and Technologies program. It's being added to the school's existing Electrical Trades Academy. We are particularly proud to launch this innovative and relevant program as it will make Riverside High School the first and the only public high school in the nation to offer solar electric certification to students. This certification is valid nationwide. It means our students would be qualified to seek employment in the solar industry anywhere in the country. With the growing interest in alternative energies, we believe this new program will uniquely position our students for success in the global workforce. On Monday, September 25th, we will begin holding special ceremonies at 6 schools that earned the most state distinctions for outstanding achievement on state tests last spring. Camino Real Middle School, Eastwood Knolls International School, and Ysleta High School earned distinctions in all 7 areas, including math, reading, English language arts, science, social studies, student progress, closing the performance gap, and post-secondary readiness. In addition, Lancaster, Vista Hills, and Ysleta Elementary Schools earned all 6 distinctions available at their level. Overall, the Ysleta Independent School District schools won a combined 42 distinction designations. By comparison, the El Paso Independent School District received 38, and the Socorro Independent School District received 15. Congratulations to our students, their teachers, and our administrators on a job well done. Lastly, every October marks the beginning of National Principals Month, a celebration that recognizes the essential role that principals play at our schools. As school leaders, principals are entrusted with our most valuable resources, our students. They are caretakers, educational leaders, disciplinarians, community builders, budget analysts, and guardians of policy mandates and initiatives. As such, I'd like to ask all of our principals to stand and be recognized if there are any in the room. Crickets. They're doing their work. We appreciate all that they do to provide a superior educational experience for all students at the Ysleta Independent School District. And thank you. That concludes our report tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Delatorre. The revised order of the agenda has been approved. May I have an electronic motion on the remaining consent agenda items listed on this agenda as recommended by the administration?
I move to approve the remaining consent agenda items listed on this agenda as recommended by the administration.
Thank you, and I have a second by Mr. Cudier. Everybody may cast their votes. It didn't come up. It did go away. Well, go ahead. So here we go. All right, so now go ahead and vote. Okay, all votes have been cast. It didn't show what the votes were at all. Oh, and that's approved 7-0.
Ms. Woodruff, the item that's on the screen appears to be the motion to approve the agenda, not the consent item.
We already approved the agenda. That was before, we already did the agenda. So this was supposed to be the consent, just like we voted for.
There's a vote on the consent items,
That was what we just did.
but it's not showing up yet on the screen.
So do we need to revote then? even though it
I
was-
think what everyone just voted for electronically was the motion to approve the agenda, order of the agenda, and now we need
So
everyone
we
to,
voted on that twice then, because that was,
probably so.
okay. All right, we'll try it again.
Sorry.
That's fine. Okay, so may I have an electronic motion on the remaining consent agenda items listed on this agenda as recommended by administration? If that's what,
It's passed.
so we don't need to do anything else?
It's great.
Are we good?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go on then. We'll move to the pulled consent agenda item number 4, 2106, approval of award of YISD solicitation number 218001 RFP Insurance District Comprehensive Liability Policy Package. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? If not, may I have a motion? Mr. Remedes, would you like to read the motion?
I move to approve award of YSD solicitation number 218001 RFP with vendor as shown on solicitation documents for insurance district comprehensive liability policy package during the period of October 1, 2017 to September 30th, 2018 for a not to exceed annual amount of $500,000 from various district funds with the possibility of 3 one-year extensions.
I have a second by Mr. Cudier. We just need to vote on that, anybody who hasn't. Okay, all votes have been cast, and that is approved 6-1 with an abstention by Mr. Rosales. Moving on to our action items. Action item number 1, approval of Vision 2020-2017-18 scorecard. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? There's no further discussion. I would like to make the motion. I move to approve the updated Vision 2020 and 2017 and 18 scorecard as presented at the board workshop on September 11th, 2017. May I have a second? May I have a second from Mr. Ochoa? All votes have been cast, and that's approved 7-0. Okay, action item number 2, approval of award of YISD solicitation number bond 16 CSP BP 14 Lancaster and LeBaron Park Elementary School additions and renovations. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? If not, may I have a motion on this item? Ms. Ysleta, would you
I move to approve and award YSD solicitation bond number 16-CSP P14 Lancaster and LeBaron Park Elementary School additions and renovations with Aztec Contractors, Inc. for a not-to-exceed amount of $7,808,000 from bond funds contingent upon final negotiations, in-house council review, and Form 1295 certificate of interested parties.
We have a second from Mr. Ramirez. And that's approved 7-0. Okay, moving on to action item number 3, approval of award of YISD solicitation number 217032, RFQ-RB, professional services for projects of limited scope rebid. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? May I have a motion on this item? Mr. Ramirez, would you read your motion?
I move to approve award of YSD solicitation number 217032 RFQ-RB, professional services for projects of limited scope, rebid for the period of October 1, 2017 to June 30th, 2018, for a not-to-exceed annual amount of $500,000 from various district funds with a possibility of 3 one-year extensions contingent upon final negotiations and in-house council reviews of contracts.
I have a second from Mr. Ochoa, and all votes have been cast. That's approved 7-0. Okay, moving on to number 4, approval of change directive number 13 to YSD contract number 201-70216 with Dantex Construction. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? Okay, if not, may I have a motion? Mr. Ramirez, if you would read your motion.
Approve award of change directive number 13 to YISD contract number 201-70216 with Dantex Construction to increase the fee by an amount of $1,520 for the Rio Bravo Middle School and Ysleta Middle School addition and renovations project from bond funds.
And we have a second from Mr. Cudier. All votes have been cast, and that is approved 7-0. The Board of Trustees has determined that a closed meeting of the Board of Trustees is required to discuss the items set forth in the posted agenda for this date. Such closed meeting is authorized by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 551.001, including but not limited to the sections and purposes covered by the following section of the Texas Government Code, 551.017, 71, 72, 73, 74, 76, 82, 821, 83, and 84. Should any final action, decision, or vote be required with regard to any matter considered in closed session, the final action, decision, or vote shall be in the open meeting or at a subsequent public meeting with notice. The board will now move to the Rio Grande Room for closed session at 6:43. I reconvene this meeting at 8:15 with the following present: Carlos Bustillos, Richard Cudier, Sotero Ramirez, Cruz Ochoa, Catherine Luceto, Mike Rosales, and myself, Connie Woodruff. So we're going to go to the action item after the closed session. Number 2, consider and take possible action regarding J. Martinez versus YISD. Using your electric hand, is there any discussion? If not, may I have a motion? Mr. Ramirez, would you read your motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we authorize the administration to engage in settlement discussions as discussed in closed session.
So we have a motion and a second by myself. Everybody may vote. And that's approved 7-0. Number 3, litigation with Express Scripts, Inc. and HealthScope Benefits. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? If not, may I have a motion? Mr. Ramirez, if you would make your motion.
Madam Chair, I move to the board authorize the superintendent and legal counsel to resolve this lawsuit as recommended in closed session.
I have a second for Mr. Rosales. Everybody may cast their vote. That's approved 7-0. So, in the way of announcements, we're working on having a board operating procedure workshop with a tentative set date of Thursday, October 26, 2017 at 6 p.m. If you would please go ahead and mark your calendars for that and make, any effort to find out if you have some sort of commitment that you need to have us reschedule for. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn, Chairman.
There's our man. Thank you, Mr. Rosales, for that motion.
You're quite
And
welcome.
we are adjourned at 8:17.